Welcome back to Flip Friday. This is for the week of May 31st through June 6th. I am Donna. I'm a reseller of all the things on eBay, Poshmark, Mercari, and Depop. Although this week we had no sales on Poshmark this week. So without any further ado, we'll get right into it. But first, if you like this type of content, please let me know in the comments and give me a like or a subscribe. It would mean the world to me and it would help my channel grow. Thank you. Okay. This is a bins pickup, a women's Southwestern blanket scarf, a tribal Aztec print wrap shawl. I put the measurements in there, 33 by 80. They're always approximate. I disclose that in the listing. This was just too cool. It had this on the front with the fringe, and this is what the back looked like. And then I took photos of the inside, outside, and the close-ups. And then, of course, the tag with the fabric content. This was only acrylic and polyester. I picked it up because solely based on style. It's an H&M brand. It's made of acrylic, but the style is what it sold for. I picked this up in May, and it sold shortly thereafter. I listed it. My cost was 87 cents. It sold for $10 plus $8 shipping. Up next, this was a red, white, and blue jewelry bag. It's like a grab bag of jewelry. The prices range, my cost of goods, it's always range. I'm trying to teach myself about jewelry, and I think the best, most cost effective way is to buy the bags instead of a bunch of single pieces. This was written in April, and my approximate cost of goods for that bag was $2 an item, sold for $10 plus $6 shipping on eBay. And then, oh yeah, I did like the sweater. It took a minute to sell. It's just like a chunky knit with the buttons and the texture on the sleeves and the cable knit. It's Notations Woman. It's not a great brand. I picked it up because I like the style. Women's 3XL sweater, chunky knit, gray, long sleeve, Notations. This was on a 40% off sale. It was written in September of last year. My cost was $1.29, and it was a bins pickup. $7 plus $8 shipping. This was just cute. It just had zoo animals. It was like safari style. So this is women's casual size extra large tee, zoo animal print, bechamel. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. Safari travel pullover. It was cute. And I thought I could have done better with that picture. Yep. But well, anyway, there it is. It's just super cute. I liked it. It was a bins pickup. My cost of goods was, it was written in November of last year. My cost of goods was 69 cents, sold for $7. I guess I sent out or took an offer plus $6 shipping. Up next is a Build-A-Bear outfit denim skirt and t-shirt with cartoon dinosaur. The clothing and the outfits for like Build-A-Bear and Cabbage Patch generally sell for more than the actual doll or plush. This was, I think it was a bins pickup, but two separate hauls. That was written in April. My cost of goods by weight was 20 cents, sold for $13.99 plus shipping. And this I grabbed thinking it would go around Easter time. I wrote this in September. This is just too cute. Like, look, it's baby, it's hugging. And I just, it didn't sell around Easter, but it did sell. So plush bunny, rabbit, vintage 90s, white with baby, Commonwealth, stuffed animal, 14 inches. It's well made and it was super cute. Sold for, it was written in September. My cost of goods was $1.24. It was a bins pickup. Sold for $13.79 plus $9.59 shipping. This was also a bins pickup. This is where I get most of my inventory. Um, the Paw Patrol Rocky replacement figure, Knights, the Dragon Flame cake topper. This sold for, what did it sell for? Huh. I guess I made a boo boo because I wrote down 9 and this is 8. So it sold for $8. No, I did not. My cost was 9 cents. It sold for $8 and $5 shipping, and it was written in February. So not too bad for a small toy like that. These I've had for a while. I rewrote them once or twice. Women's sandals, size 10, Sperry thong, flip flops, leather upper, backslide, tan beach. I could have put travel, I could have put vacation, I could have put preppy. They were rewritten in December. They were a bins pickup. My average cost of goods was $2.63. That was before I actually weighed the items. They sold for $6. I used to sell Sperry's pretty well. Like they used to sell pretty well, and at like a bread and butter price. I don't know if I'm gonna pick them up anymore. I probably will if they're a cute color, but like these tan, run of the mill, I probably won't pick up the basics anymore. If there's something special about them, I probably will. But for now, I'm just gonna probably pass on them. This, I had a big tote of toys and I went through it one day and I'm selling through it um, pretty quickly, I think. Not everything sells for a ton of money, but this is a pretend play otoscope and syringe purple teal play doctor set. You could put vet, you could put medical, you could whatever, all those keywords you could use. I don't know if they are better keywords than the words I used. They were written in September. My cost was approximately 10 cents and they sold for $4. So this I probably did not write when I was going through all those totes. It was probably the time before because it's 60% off and I took a $3 offer. Again, not a lot of money, but if I give you 15 cents, if you give me 15 cents and I give you $3, I mean, that's not bad. This my husband found and I actually laughed at him. I was like, why would you pick this up? But I had it, so I wrote it. Leather cowboy boot, Western keychain, dark red. I Google Lensed it. It was written in January. My approximate cost of goods was 5 cents. It sold for $10.50 plus $4 shipping. I'm not giving you the exact change on shipping. These, I like these. These were nice, and I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing the brand correctly. I want I want to skip it, but I'm going to give it a whirl. I guess, or something like that. Ina and pewter black metallic leather wedge heel sandals, and I put the European size and the US size in the title. They were cute. Here's what they look like from the front. I like them, and I think they zipped in the back. They were nice. I like them. They were written in December. They were bins pickup. My cost was $2.01. They sold for $18 plus $14 shipping. I have no idea where they were going. I live in New Jersey, so when things start going past the Mississippi, shipping goes a little high. I'm envious of the resellers that live in the middle of the country and they don't have that extra distance. So I'm not moving to the middle of the country just for that reason. I'm a little envious because sometimes I'll get like a buyer complaining about the shipping on something that weighs over a pound that won't fit in a padded flat rate, and they live on the other side of the country, or the United States, I should say. Up next is women's linen blend short, size 12, lightweight, casual pockets, Old Navy. These were written in September. I put them on sale for 60% off, and they sold for $4.40. I probably could have held out and did a little better with these, but they were Old Navy. My cost of goods was 65 cents. They were a bin to pick up, and I just put them on sale. These are New Balance size 10 men's cross training sneakers, white leather lace up, gym workout. They're just your run of the mill sneakers. You could use cheerleading white sneakers in the football season. What solid white sneakers for the cheerleaders. If you have a child in cheerleading, they're going to need a white pair of sneakers. You're going to have a hard time finding them in your stores. So eBay, if you use the word cheerleading, that might help it be found and purchased a little faster. That's what I was trying to say. And they were in April, March. My cost of goods was $4. I can cut it out. Go ahead. Okay, I'm back. So they were written in March. They cost me $4 at the red, white, and blue. $16 is what they sold for, and $9 shipping is what the buyer paid. And this I bought last summer at a yard sale. Funko, Hannah, Barbera, Huckleberry, Hound, LE, vaulted cartoon character. The package had a little bit of wear, but nothing. Yeah, maybe it was. So anyway, it sold. I picked it up in September at a yard sale. My cost was $5. I bought a handful of the bobbleheads. This one sold for $36 plus $10 shipping. And I never finished. Jackie, give me like 5 minutes. Eagles, NFL snapback baseball hat, green unisex adult logo, headwear division was the brand. This was a bad buy. I think I rewrote it in September. 97 cents at the bins is what it cost me. And I took a $4 offer after it was on sale, and the buyer paid shipping. These were cute. I took a low offer because when I picked them up, I didn't realize that they were a size 6.5. Women's size 6.5 sneakers, comfort shoes, slip-on, lightweight, Aztec, Western print, Rika. This was a nice print, and that's probably why it sold so well. It had nothing to do with the size. I wrote it in March. $4.50 was my average cost of goods. They sold for $10 plus $8 shipping. And I lied to you. I had no Mercari sales. It was no Mercari sales. So on Poshmark, this is where we're at. Sophia Milano, size 6.5, pump, chunky leather, slingback peep toe, tan Italy. Italy is the only reason I picked these up, and leather, and they were super cute. They were bins pickup. I paid $1.79. I wrote them in February, and they sold for $14 and standard Poshmark fees. This is from Jackie. Give me 1 second because it's making a lot of noise, and I don't want the noise. I'm almost done. 1 second, okay? I know. This came from that bag with all the Indian belly dance jewelry, and some of them did comp well. This is a choker necklace and earring set, multicolor, India statement, Kundan adjustable. That's like a wedding set, if I remember correctly. There's so many keywords. Like there's a word for little bells that start with J. Tika sets or like bridal sets. Like I did learn a lot, but this is really, really cute. And, and that's the flip side. That's the same necklace, just flipped over. Well, my cost of goods was $1.22. I wrote that in May. They sold for $12 on Poshmark. And Steve Madden, Yale, size 9, ankle boot, black distressed leather, biker, buckle, strap, heel. There's so many keywords. I could have used goth. I could have used grunge. I just kept it simple. They were written in September. They were bins pickup. They were a little heavy. My cost was $401. They sold for $22. And up next, why do I do this? This is a lot of little people, farm animals, loose set of 9, preschool, play, pretend. These sold very quickly in a matter of like a day or two of cross posting the Poshmark. They where am I? They were written in May. My approximate cost of goods was $2.70. They were in a bag at the Red, White, and Blue. That day I picked up a couple bags, and they sold for $12. So I probably could have got a few more dollars for this one, but it's gone. They all had little marks on them, so maybe that's why I sold it, let it go cheaper. This is just too cute. My one and only Depop sale. It's a TY Beanie Boo stuffed animal puppy dog Zelda. It's a phone holder. Maybe this picture, like right here, you can see rest your phone or your tablet. My cost of goods was $1.79. I picked this up about a year ago. I rewrote it in September, and it sold for $8.80. And my fees for that sale was 97 cents on Depop. So it's like 10%. So, and you're not being charged a fee on the shipping and the tax and all that good fun stuff. So that is it for right now. For this week, I should say. If you like this content, let me know, and I will make more. Don't forget to hit the comment, the like, or the subscribe. If you want to be notified, hit the notification bell. Again, I am the Lost Closet on eBay and YouTube, so that's how you can find me. So thanks for watching. Bye-bye. No, I have to do I had a